Hey guys, welcome back for part 2. We have ground up all of our chicken meat and we now have our hog casings. These are bratwurst casings. You can see here they're all natural. Basically they're just salted. You just rinse them and then soak them for about an hour in some lukewarm water and keep changing out the water to wash all the salt away. So we're going to be stuffing those with our mixture. Right now the rest of it is chilling in the freezer. The grinder's all cleaned and everything else, and we're going to convert that over using the stuffing tubes, and then we'll make actual sausage links. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright guys, well, everything's clean. The stuffing process will now begin. Having a glass of wine. Took a little breather there. That was quite a bit of work. Thank you for sticking around for part 2. And part 1 kind of didn't go the way I planned. But then again, when you do something for the first time, it rarely does. But that's what my channel's all about, guys. It's, something trial and error. I think the sausage will come out great. It'll be a lot of work. But I think it'll taste good. I think we'll enjoy cooking it together. I know I'll enjoy eating it. So this process is now a matter of stuffing them and actually making the links. Now right here I have the hog casings. They do not smell or look appetizing. But that's what they're supposed to look like. Okay? Let me see if I can get one of them out. They just look like a little string that are hollow in the center. We're going to rinse them one more time. We're also going to rinse the inside, expanding them, rinsing them out, putting them into a fresh container of water, and then we'll start the stuffing process. Alright guys, here goes part 2. Alright guys, we're going to assemble this. Now one of the things you want to remember when doing anything like this is you want to keep everything cold. You want to keep everything clean, and you want to do it rather quickly, okay? Whenever working with raw meat, speed is very important, keeping everything cold. Now, from what I understand, I don't see how that's possible. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to put the blade in and the plate. Well, I think we'll leave the plate in, but we'll keep the blade out. I think the plate will, let's see here. Yeah, I think you need the blade in, sorry, not a blade, you need the plate in, because everything locks in pretty good, and it spins pretty freely. I like that. Now we'll attach the handle. So yeah, the last part of this and actually grinding the meat, I will not do this again by hand. We will attach a pulley to this and mount it on a board so that I can just feed it in and work without having to hand crank it. Because to hand crank it, I have to turn the machine like this. and crank. It's very hard for you guys to see what's coming out, but I'm going to try to come out this way so you guys can see the sausage. Alright, stay tuned. Hey guys. Alright, so I was getting ready to start the stuffing of the casing video for the sausages, but I said to myself, what if they don't taste good? You know, now is the time to add any kind of seasoning I want to do to it, because I can hand mix the meat before I stuff them into links. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit out and I'm going to fry up a quick patty. I got a little olive oil in my pot. Now I've been doing some research on Teflon pans. I'm not a huge fan anymore. I mean, these are Calphalon. This was a set that was like $300 when I bought it. And I don't, you know, wait, where's the camera? No scratches, no flaking off, so I'm confident in using it. You know, some of these warnings and things like that I think get a little bit crazy. We're surrounded by chemicals every day. There's bigger fish to fry. But knowing what I know now, my future pans will all be stainless steel. So we're heating that up. I got some of the mix here. And we'll just make a patty. Probably a little bigger than I needed to make. I can take these off now. Wow, it smells good. Now some of the flavors, it's only been probably only about 45 minutes since I ground it up in the part 1 of this series. So the flavors are going to meld. They're going to blend together a little better. But this should give me an idea of what they're going to taste like. And if I need to add a little more pepper or garlic or anything else, I can do that during the stuffing. Now, as with anything, especially ground up, you know, ground meat, whatever, you really want to cook it pretty good. I'm not going to add any pepper or anything to it. That would kind of defeat the purpose. Well, it is sure smelling good in here. A little too much heat. Well, they sure smell good. Oh my God, this smells so good. I'm like so excited. Look, you can see some of the jalapeno in there. A little bit of green. They don't look dry at all. Looks like a small burger. I don't know, I might have to make some burgers and freeze those. Not the most healthiest options, that's for sure. But none of the preservatives, well, other than the bacon, I mean, whatever they preserve in the bacon, you know, any kind of preservatives they use in that. But other than that, it's really just bacon, cheese, apples, jalapenos from my garden, some seasoning. That's it. If I work out the price, it's going to be a lot better. It can taste a lot better, I'm sure. At least I hope. Alright, I wanted to cook it a little well done. I mean, it still has plenty of juice. You can hear that sizzle. Got a good sizzle going on. But it's done. It's definitely done. Maybe even a little well done. But that's okay with me. Let's put this on a plate. Wow, smells incredible. You can smell the jalapenos, that's for sure. Let's give it a taste. Well, here it goes. Wow, very good. It's a little bit salty though. Not a lot, more than I'd like. And it's also not spicy enough. I want it spicy. It's got some spice, but I want it spicy. I think when I grind it up, when I stuff the sausages, I think I'm going to add some fresh garlic. Maybe a little bit of sugar to cut down that saltiness. Excuse me. The sugar should cut down on the saltiness just a little bit. It's really good though. absolutely. I am very happy with that. It was a lot of work, and still is, to go. Well, it's good. Alright guys. Well, like I said before, it's a little salty. So I'll have to look into that and see why. It might be the Cabela's bratwurst seasoning. Could have been the bacon. Something that I wasn't prepared for. Still very good. But at least I know. Now to combat the saltiness, if you ever make anything that's obviously salty, add a little bit of sugar. That'll take away some of that salty. Now you're still getting the salt. So it's not necessarily the healthy way to go, but it'll take away a little bit of the saltiness. Now I'm going to add to the 17 pounds of meat, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. And like I said before, it is not quite spicy enough for me. I should have added 3 handfuls of jalapenos instead of just 2. Now, it could get spicier along the way just with those jalapenos working in and all the flavors coming together. But I'm going to add a good amount of sriracha. Now I have the first batch in this already. This is the second batch that I had in the freezer. And I'll just mix it all together. Good thing I made that patty. I would have been very disappointed had I stuffed all the links without having the opportunity to make a change. Gotta tell you, my fingers are frozen. Maybe I'm just paranoid and I got it too cold, but I figure too cold is better than not cold enough when it comes to food safety. Look at that though. Not exactly appetizing, but it will be. It was when I cooked it up. Wow, that's cold. Ooh, it's nice and sticky. Alright, we'll get this back in the freezer. Making a mess. Alright, well it's time to put the casings on the filler tube that's here, this little plastic tube. Now once again I wiped everything down with bleach with the Clorox cleanup. Waited for it to dry. Find one of the ends here. This is only one of them. There we go. And now we're going to put it on that tube. But you know something? I'm going to spray that tube with a little bit of Pam. Now I'm not wearing the gloves, mainly because I had a hard time with the gloves catching on the tube, on the casing. Alright, so we got the casings on the tube, and we'll start filling the grinder, which is now set up to be a sausage stuffer, and we'll start stuffing our sausage. Alright guys, so we'll add some of our mixture that came out of the freezer. Of course I used the wrong hand, so I'll have to put a different glove on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try and stuff this in one continuous length, and then later spin them into individual links all the same size. So you can see this is one of the reasons why I want a motorized one, or put a belt on this one and motorize it. Alright, I gotta find out something to put some weight on the top here, because I can't crank this and make the sausage, which is coming out great, all at the same time. I need some sort of weight to push the material down. So let me find something, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to stuff these sausage. Now the one thing about this grinder is you have to push down on the material on top and turn it and try to make the sausage, which I don't have enough hands for that, so I have some help. If you'll push down. Now the idea is to keep filling the casing, but don't fill it so much that it breaks. You know, think of the sausage that you buy in the store. That's kind of what you want it to look like.
Why don't you make the forfeit without the thing? And then you come back after you have the forfeit made. Now that they saw a portion of it.
Okay, she's whispering. Alright guys, so I've come to a conclusion that this grinder that we got from Northern Tool, I think it was, does great at grinding, but it is a horrible sausage stuffer. I mean, we're making the sausage, but it's taken forever. It's not creating the pressure that pulls or pushes the material through to fill the casings. So now that we're getting towards the end of this particular link, it is not pushing through. I mean, it's just re-churning the same material over and over, turning it into mush. So I got to figure something out. We'll be back if I find out what the problem is. Alright. Alright, so we filled that casing. It was not easy, but as you can see, we got a nice long sausage. Tie the end.
As we go to doors.
Of course, I don't have enough. So, oh, shit. Are you kidding me? Well, that broke. It's the way my night's been going. Call it an epic fail. So we'll tie a knot. Smooth it out. We'll make our links. Figure we'll do about 6 inches. One little stubby one on the end. What are you going to do? Spin them together. There we go. And we have our links. Casing broke. This we'll throw in the frying pan. Cook this up. And we'll finish up with the rest of the casings. It is a learning process. If I can, I'll show you when we're done, how many links we get. Alright, later. Hey guys, what's going on? So, I'm enjoying a Clown Shoes Royal Standard Belgian Ale. Oh, sorry, it's a wee heavy ale. One thing about doing things for the first time, obviously there's successes and there's failures. This is a failure. The ground chicken sausage came out great, tastes great. The patty I cooked tasted awesome. But filling the sausage links became a challenge. So I made the 6 or 8 links that I made, and it took like an hour to make those small links that I ended up making. So this was the first time using this meat grinder that came with the sausage attachments. The meat grinder worked fine. The sausage attachments, not so much. So those few links that you saw me make, that was pretty much it out of all that meat. It's all in the fridge and the freezer, and I'm going to package it up, and I'm not going to let it go to waste. But making bratwursts is not going to happen with this batch of material. I have to get some sort of sausage stuffer or something like that if I want to do this again. And right now I don't think I want to do this again. So not everything you see in the magazine works the way it's supposed to work. I'm turning the handle like crazy. It's not filling the sausage. I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. So I think that as far as a grinder goes, it works fine, but a sausage stuffer, it doesn't work. And now here I have, 20 pounds of meat that I can't stuff into sausage. I can only make patties with. So I will make the patties, freeze them, vacuum pack them, do stuff like that. I appreciate you hanging around and watching the video. But it is the truth. I mean, I'm not going to do any special effects and import video that shows that I made 100, sausages when I really didn't do that. So this one was, pretty much a failure. Tastes good. It will be eaten, and we'll enjoy it. But thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. All right. Well, the sausage links failed, so what I did is I went and purchased a burger press, and now I'm weighing out the sausage mix into burgers, and the only difference is I'll use a hamburger bun instead of a hot dog bun or roll. Alright, this is what the patties look like. Now we'll set them in the freezer, and when they harden we'll vacuum pack them, date them and label them, and later on eat them.